The upcoming general election, officially known as the 22nd National Assembly General Election, is scheduled for April 10 next year. Individuals born on or before April 11, 2006, are qualified to cast their votes. The anticipated number of eligible voters is set at 44.24 million, marking a historic high in the Korean general election. Let's delve into the timeline of events leading up to the 22nd general election. The first step of the general election, preliminary candidate registration. The electoral process initiates with the critical phase of candidate registration, which unfolds 120 days ahead of the pivotal election day. In the current electoral cycle, this registration window commenced on December 12, heralding the commencement of a rigorous and strategic process. During this preliminary stage, candidates assume the status of preliminary candidates, distinct from the official contenders in the forthcoming election. This designation serves the primary purpose of introducing these aspirants to the electorate, laying the foundation for an informed and engaged public. Despite the acknowledged disadvantage compared to active members of the National Assembly, preliminary candidates are afforded a unique opportunity. They can engage in a limited form of campaigning even before the official campaign period, involving activities such as distributing campaign business cards, sending out text messages, and circulating promotional materials to potential voters. Those who want to be a prospective candidate should submit their family relations certificates, criminal record certificates, and regular education certificates to the local election commission and pay a trust fund of 3 million won. The trust fund is the money candidates entrust to the election commission when they register. The money is returned to them if they don't become official candidates. The next phase in the general election, resignation of candidates from current positions. Until January 11th of the upcoming year, 90 days ahead of the election, individuals holding positions ineligible for general election candidacy such as prosecutors, diplomats, judges, police, firefighters, education officials, excluding university professors, military personnel, the President of the Constitutional Court, the Prime Minister, ministers, and vice ministers are obligated to tender their resignations. Under the administration of Yoon Suk-yeol, a series of ministerial resignations unfolded in November. This included notable figures like the Minister of Economy, Chu Kyung-ho, the Foreign Minister, Park Jin, and the Minister of Justice, Han Dong-hoon. In the Yoon Suk-yeol administration, a number of ministers began to resign in November, including the Minister of Economy Chu Kyung-ho, the Foreign Minister Park Jin, and the Minister of Justice Han Dong-hoon. The third step of the general election, official candidate registration. Once the official candidates are determined among those who registered as preliminary candidates through intra-party primaries and nominations, they must register their candidacy. The registration is available for 2 days from March 21 to 22 next year. Timeline until the general election. On March 28, the election period kicks off, marking the commencement of candidate campaigns. By the 29th, candidates must submit their campaign posters, and voting information notices are dispatched. Moving forward, from April 2 to 5, on-ship voting unfolds, facilitating the electoral participation of Navy personnel and those working at sea. Subsequently, early voting transpires from April 5 to 6, culminating in the pinnacle event, the general election on April 10.